Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunattu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvina Vadhitamastu ma Viddhishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Mukti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Gananam Tva Ganapadigam Hasamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jeshtarajyam Brahmanam Brahmanaspatha Anashrinvan Udibhisita Sadhanam Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Shanno Mitra Shamvarunaha Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Brihaspadihi Shanno Vishnurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayu Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ridam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tatvaktaramavatu Avadu Mam Avadu Vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I thought I'll read one section from this Upanishad, then we'll start the discussion. I hope you all have the books with you. So this Upanishad has three sections which are called Vallis. Three Vallis. The first Valli is called Shiksha Valli. The second is called Brahmananda Valli. And the third is Bhrigu Valli. The first deals with various upasanas, mental disciplines. Those mental disciplines are meant for inner purification, inner purity and concentration. Both are necessary for the study of the Upanishad. You need a pure mind and you need a mind which can concentrate on a chosen topic. Without that, study is not possible. Upanishad study is not possible at least. So for that, certain upasanas are given. Very interesting upasanas you find in this Upanishad. That is the first Valli. The second Valli deals with Brahmananda Valli. It's called Brahmananda Valli. Deals with the self, which is Brahman. It is called Jiva Brahma Aikya, the self and its identity with the Brahman. And the third Valli deals with a boy who goes to his father with a question. Teach me about Brahman. Generally, children go to father for money or something material or mundane. But this boy goes to his father and asks him about Brahma Vidya. And the father gives him some tips, not the entire teaching, but some tips are given, some preliminary ideas, and ask him to go and meditate. And that particular Valli is called Bhrigu. So you have the Chichavalli dealing with preliminary disciplines, mental disciplines, and the Brahmananda Valli dealing with pure knowledge. And third is Bhrigu, the father-son dialogue. The father doesn't teach him elaborately. He only gives him some hints which helps him in realizing the self. This is how the whole Upanishad is structured. So I would like to read, just for taste, read the first, from the first Valli, the first Anuvakas. Anuvaka means paragraphs. Valli means a section. Anuvaka means paragraph. So there are 11 paragraphs in the first Valli. So I'll be reading 2 paragraphs or 2 Anuvakas from the first book. Those are the book, please open it and Shitshambya Akhya Syamaha Varnaswaraha Matra Balam. Do you see it in your text? What? Which page is that? Yeah, second Anuvaga. So first Anuvaga. Okay, I'll read the first Anuvaga also, which I've already done, but we will do that also. The first Anuvaga is a peace chant for peace. Om Shanno Mitra Shamvarunaha Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Brihaspadihi Shanno Vishnurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayu Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Rutam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tatvaktaramavatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now the next Valli. Om Shit Shambya Akhya Syamaha Varnaswaraha Matra Balam Samasantanaha Ityukta Shitshadhyayaha. Now the Tridya Valli, the third Anuvaga, third chapter. Sahanau yashaha Sahanau brahma varchasam Athatassakum hitaya upanishadam vyakyasyamaha Panjasvathikaraneshu Adhilokamadhijyodishamadhividyamati prajamadhyatmam Tamahasagum hitaityachachade Athāthilokam Prithivī pūrvarūpam Dyauruttararūpam Ākāṣasandhihi Vāyusandhānam Ityadhilokam Athādhijaudisham Agnif pūrvarūpam Aditya uttararūpam Āpasandhihi Vaidyutasandhanam Ityadhijaudisham Athādhividyam Acārya pūrvarūpam Andevasyuttararūpam Vidyasandhihi Pravacanakum sandhanam Ityadhividyam Athādhiprajam Mātā pūrvarūpam Vidottararūpam Prajāsandhihi Prajananakam sandhanam Ityadhiprajam Athādhyatmam Atharahanuf pūrvarūpam Uttarahanuruttararūpam Vāksandhihi Jikhvāsandhanam Ityadhyatmam Idimā mahāsakam hitāha Ya evameta mahāsagum hitā vyākhyātā veta Sandhīyate prajaya paṣubhihi Brahma varcasenānādyena suvargena lokena So that's it. So this book is called Taittiriya Upanishad. The name of the Upanishad is Taittiriya. So there are 10 main Upanishads. And of these 10 main Upanishads, Taittiriya is one of the most important Upanishads. And Upanishads are the foundational wisdom of the Indian wisdom tradition. the foundation, a revelatory knowledge, which is not questioned, which is not subject to logical questioning, because it's something which is revealed from God Himself. And such revelations are not subjected to puny human analysis. Our brain is limited, our experiences are limited. So, our limited understanding or limited analytical skills should not be brought to question the revelatory wisdom of the Upanishad. That's the very foundation, a priori knowledge. We don't question them. We build our life based on this vision, the Upanishadic vision. And as I told you, there are, and these Upanishads are revealed to the rishis in the seat of meditation. Rishis just sat on these Himalayan, these hills, these peaks. They left everything behind, came to these hills, and they sat in meditation with all the understanding which they had. They came to the hills and meditated. In the seat of meditation, when their mind is very pure and serene, to that mind, this wisdom was revealed. That's why we say it's a revelatory knowledge. In all religion, you have revelations. Muhammad goes to the cave, sits there 40 days, and the surahs, the revelations, God spoke to Muhammad. Muhammad was an illiterate person. He had no skills in language. But when God starts speaking to him, he immediately wrote them down, which is the Quran. Most spectacular language flowed from him, Muhammad. So too Moses goes up the burning bush, near the bush, and then the bush starts speaking to him. Not this bush. His speech has no meaning. So he said the burning bush. So he walks up the hill, and with all these questions in his mind, because he was wandering in the desert for 40 years with 40,000 disciples. 40 years with 40,000 disciples. He crossed the Red Sea, the Red Sea, and then comes here into the Sinai desert. He wanders and wanders and wanders and wanders, and the promised land is not yet in sight. And people start rebelling. No food. There's no food. They have to eat the cactus on the desert for years and years. 40 years, you can imagine. The whole lifetime spent in the desert wandering, searching for the promised land. And then they start rebelling, fighting, and Moses had to cry to the heavens, and the heavens answers to Moses' question. And then comes the 10 commandments which he wrote down on the clay sheets. That's the Moses' law, revelatory knowledge. So too we have revelatory knowledge, the Indian tradition. They are all encoded, written down in the Upanishads. So these Upanishads are revelatory knowledge, and hence they are called Shrudis. Shrudi means which they heard. Which they heard, not Smridis. Smridis means which they remember, which they recall from their own experience. Most of our knowledge is processed experience. But Shrudis are not processed experience. They are something far beyond. They are showering from the above. God's words. God speak. So that's the importance of the Shrudi. We cannot question them. We have to understand what does the Shrudi mean. What is the purport of the Shrudi is to be understood. It's an unquestioned authority, the scriptures. So the Upanishads are such revelatory knowledge. Mainly there are 10 Upanishads. Isha, Kayana, Kada, Prashna, Mundaga, Mandukya, Taittiriya, Budhraja, Chandika. You all know that. I don't have to repeat it. If you don't know, you can ask your leaders or question. They will tell you. There are 10 important Upanishads. And these Upanishads follow different techniques of of inquiry. And all that we'll see, different techniques of inquiry is adopted by this Upanishad. But what is the subject matter of the Upanishad? That's the most important. What does the Upanishad talk about? What is its subject? After studying the Upanishad for 10 days or 9 days, somebody asks you, what was the subject? Every discipline must have a subject. The subject of economics is wealth, how to produce and distribute wealth. That's subject of economics. How to give maximum satisfaction to maximum people with the minimum resources. Economics. History. How many kings appeared and plundered and looted and died. That's what history says. Or socialistic history. So history has got a subject, economics has got a subject, physics has got a subject, chemistry has got a subject. So what is the subject matter here of the Upanishad? The subject matter of the Upanishad is, you can say either it is the self is the subject, Atma, self, I, who am I? Upanishad is inquiring into that question, the question of who am I? And that is called the self. Don't we say myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, themselves? Everywhere the self comes. I did it for myself, you did it for yourself. Understand? So self is an important concept. It is a indivisible identity. That's my indivisible identity. You cannot further divide it. Everything else can be divided. You can divide the body into trillions of cells. It's possible. You can remove the limbs of the body. Everything can be removed of the body, including the heart. 90% of the brain can be chopped off. Still you will be there. So therefore, a self is the indivisible identity. It cannot be split further. And that's indicated by the word I. We use the word I all the time, don't we? I did it, I said that, I got up in the morning, I slept at night, all the time I. When I woke up there was no light. All these are expressions of I. So I is the center piece of your experience. There is no experience without the I experience. All experience are presented to the I. That's why we say I saw, I said, I sat, I walked, I thought, I did not think so. Don't we say that? I think you are thinking like this. Understand? All these, wherever you say finally you can reduce everything into the I. You cannot reduce I into anything else. Some people say no, I is only a disturbance in the brain. Knock off that part of the brain, I is gone. So according to some it is only a chemistry of the brain. I is only a disturbance in the brain. That's a very shallow, foolish idea. Because the person who says that, the person who says I is a disturbance in the brain, how does he know it's a disturbance in the brain? Who knows that? So therefore, I is something very, very radical, very, very fundamental, indivisible identity in our life. Everything is centered around that I. So the subject matter of the Upanishad is the self. And hence Yajnavalkya tells Maitreyi, Atmavare Shrodavyaha Mandavyo Nididhyasdavya. Atmanastu Kamaya Sarvam Priyam Bhavati. Very clearly Yajnavalkya says, you love everything for your own sake. You say, I love my children. Why? Because they give me a lot of joy. The moment they start giving you trouble, you say, I don't think he's my child. I think I picked him up from the railway station or from the hospital. So you start doubting. You love yourself fundamentally. Anybody who makes you happy, you love him, don't you? I love him, you say. Why? Because he gives you happiness. When you start giving you pain, I allow him. You can go. I have nothing to do with you. So let us face life in a very honest way. According to Yajnavalkya, we love others because they give us joy. It is in search of oneself that we go everywhere else. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Now the next question is that what is that Atma? For whose sake we love everybody? Is that Atman the body? Body is not the Atman. Because you are ready to chop out the body when it starts giving you pain. Suppose a toothache. And the front tooth, let us say. Understand? To get rid of the front tooth is a calamity. But if it continuously aches, what will you do? Atmanastu kamaya priyam bhavati. So far it has been giving me joy, now it starts giving me pain, now I have to knock it off and say goodbye to it. So to a heart which gives you problem, a kidney which gives you problem. You have to knock off the kidney, there is no other way. And you are ready to receive the kidney of your enemy also. No, I have nothing to do with this person. He is my enemy number one. But if you have a kidney problem and the doctor says you have to transplant a new kidney and this is the only kidney available, you say, doctor, that's okay. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Is for your own sake, you love everything. And the moment they give you trouble, you are ready to dissociate or move away from that. So the self that we love is not just the body, there is something deeper in us which we are in love with. And when we go deep as an inquiry into the depth, we find the self is something other than the body and the mind. And the self in me whom I love, which I love, is a self everywhere. So I love the self, and that self is a self everywhere. These new startling discoveries happen to us. So Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Padihi pattihu kamaya priyam na bhavati. I don't love my husband for his sake. I love him for my sake. He gives me security. He will go out and work and sweat and toil. I have to only sit at home. Therefore I love him. I am talking about olden days. Understand? So therefore I love him. And then the moment he stops doing that, the moment he retires and resigns or unemployed, sits at home, we start asking, why are you sitting at home all the time? Isn't not? So therefore, let us be very honest and frank. Finally, we are loving ourselves. And anybody makes us happy, we love those people. If you make somebody happy, he loves you also. So that Atman which we love, which we want to discover and which we want to identify with, that Atman is the subject matter of the Upanishad. And the Upanishad says that Atman is actually the source of everything. That Atman is the source of everything. It is an infinite, vast consciousness. Its nature is ananda, happiness. So ultimately we love our own self because that self is the source of all happiness. It's so full of happiness, mirth. As somebody said, Brahman is fun. Brahman is fun. Brahman is all joy, it's fun. Not funny. Brahman is fun. Brahman is real solid fun. About Krishna we say Kirtana, Gana, Nartana Para. Krishna, Lord Krishna is Kirtana. He always does Kirtana. He always sings. Kirtana, Gana, Nartana Para. He sings and he chants and then he dances. That's the nature of Krishna. And when will you dance? When you are bubbling with joy and energy. When you are rooted in yourself, when you feel insecure totally. So Kirtana, Gana, Nartana Paraha, Krishna. That's the nature of Brahman. Brahman is full of fun and joy. That's the subject matter of. Now once we discover ourselves as the source of all joy, then you also are naturally joyous and happy. And out of that comes your creativity, your spontaneity, your all-embracing love. All those values which you are practicing will become natural to you. I'll be coming into all that later. So let's say the subject matter of the Upanishad is the Atman, my own indivisible self. Indivisible self, that's very important. It's not a divisible self. For whose sake I love the whole, I love everybody. Without that I cannot love anybody. That's the subject matter of the Atman. And technically it is called Jiva Brahma Aikya, the identity between Jiva, the individual, and Brahma, the creator, God. So the Upanishads reveals the identity between you and your creator, God. You are not separate other than God. You are in God. As Saint Paul, I was reading this morning, you are one with God, you live in Him, you breathe Him, you die in Him. You are one with God. That's the message that the Upanishad gives. Now, what is the etymological meaning of Upanishad? Or where do you, before that, where do you find this literature? Part of which? So Upanishads are part of Vedas. Veda. They are called Vedas. Veda means knowledge. Etymologically, Veda means knowledge. With to know, Veda means knowledge. So we have these four important Vedas. Four Vedas. Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharvana Veda. In fact, you can say there is only one Veda, Rig Veda, which is composed on the banks of the Indus River. The Indus River. Who composed them? Where did they come from? That's a matter of great controversy now. Aryans composed them, and Aryans came from Caucasian regions. All those historical details we don't want to go into, we are not interested, it's a matter of controversy. But as far as the historical evidence shows, we can very clearly say, without any doubt, that these were composed on the banks of river Indus, modern Pakistan. That's why we have a love for Pakistan. That's our country. It must be with us. So, because they were
without Pakistan, India is incomplete.
Incomplete. Without India, Pakistan also is incomplete. Both are incomplete. So it's not only our interest, their interest also involved in it. So he says the Indus River, the Vedas were composed there. The Rig Veda, mainly the Rig Veda. Rig means mantras. Rig means mantras. Mantras means poems, hymns. Rig. Each mantra is called a Rig. And what is a mantra? A mantra is to be chanted in a certain proper manner, which we chanted this morning. With Swara, Udatta, Anudatta and Swarita. You have to change your accent, its emphasis. Accent is to be changed, modulated accent or pitch. With a modulated pitch we have to chant it. It's not in an even pitch. So modulation is necessary. You know, if somebody gives just a talk in even pitch, you don't listen to that. You feel sleepy. But sometimes he raises his voice. Sometimes he brings down to the voice onto the ground. Then you lose your breath. Then he raises the pitch. Then you open your mouth. Then he brings down the pitch, moves along a little. This way, if he can modulate his voices like that, then it's interesting. So Vedic hymns were chanted in those pitch, high pitch, medium pitch and low pitch. So Brahma Vida Apnoti Param Tadesha Bhyukta. Or Brahma Vida Apnoti Param Tadesha Bhyukta. It doesn't inspire you. So this way, in three pitches, it is called three accents, the whole mantra. As well as a sheer pleasure to listen. listen to the chant of Rig Veda. So Rig Veda is the original Veda, about 10,000 mantras in the Rig Veda, and other Vedas are only adaptations of Rig Veda. For example, Yajurveda. Yajurveda is Rig Veda organized for the purpose of reorganize for the purpose of rituals. Suppose when you want to perform a ritual called Agnihotra, Vachapeya, or Ashwamedha, or Putra Kameshti, various rituals. When should you chant the mantras? Which mantra is to be chanted? When? So, Yajurveda is a rearrangement of the same Rig Veda for the purpose of rituals. Rituals, pujas and all that, rituals. And which are the rituals? Agnihotra, Putra Kameshti, Vachapeya. Our Prime Minister was a ritualist, not he, his forefathers. Must have performed a few Vachapeya yajnas. So he is carrying that burden of Vachapeyi. One was performed the yajna called Vachapeya, become Vachapeyi. So that is Yajurveda. So Yajurveda mantras are called Yajush. You find slight differences also. In Gayatri itself, there is a difference in the Yajurveda version and the Rig Veda version. In the Rig Veda version we say Om Bhur Bhuva Subha. But in Yajurveda it's Om Bhuhu Bhuva Subha Mahatapa Janatam, etc. All the 14 words are said. So slight differences, but otherwise mantras are essentially the same. Now you have Samaveda. Samaveda is the same mantras put in music. So the Namputris can chant that Samaveda. Some of these are very musical, it's very nice to listen. Sahasra Shirsha Purusha, that way, you keep on chanting it. So Sahasra Shirsha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad, that way they'll keep chanting. And the other is Sahasra Shirsha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad Sabhumim Vishwato Vritva Atyatishthadashankulam. That's the proper chanting. But when it becomes Sama, then the chanting becomes different. Then you have the fourth Veda, Atharvana Veda, which is totally different. It's a class apart from the other three Vedas. Atharvana Veda deals with politics, archery, medicine, the material sciences. All that deals with ordinary human life are the subject matter of Atharvana Veda. Whereas the earlier three Vedas, Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, deals with the gods, how to invoke gods, their grace. Indra, Mitra, Varuna, etc. So apart from your effort, you need the blessings of gods. We believe that this whole universe is superintended by, governed by a council of gods. How do you know that? It is said in the Veda. That is all how you know it. It is said in the Vedas. The whole universe is governed by a council of gods. And Indra is the chief counselor or chief minister or prime minister, whatever. Indra makes a lot of problem for himself, like any minister. He drinks and all kind of problems. He has got a little bit of Clinton also in himself. And he lands up in difficulties. The Puranas talk about it. But still he is respected, he is experienced, he is powerful. And he won't allow anybody else to perform yajnas and take over his place. Like will Vajpayee allow Sonia Gandhi to become the Prime Minister? Never. Never. So Indra also is like that. Anybody performing any yajna, any tapas, he will come and disturb. Vishwamitra wanted to become an Indra. So he started doing tapas, sitting under a tree and chant mantras. This man will not allow it, because then Vishwamitra will replace him. Then he sends Menaka, Urvashi, Rampatal, Atma, Vishwamitra falls in for that. But he was a very sturdy person. He again did tapas and finally he got Brahmanyam, Brahmatvam, he attained. He made a little heaven also for himself. So these stories are there, Trishangu Swarga. These stories are there. So in the Vedas we propitiate, perform rituals, chant mantras accompanied by mantras to propitiate various deities who are supposedly in charge of the whole universe. And your needs are very limited also. Vedic needs are limited. What are the needs? Putra, I need a intelligent children. Anybody want that? I need a good child, a baby, smart, intelligent baby. Or vitta, because children without wealth is a headache. So you need a wealth, vitta. You need a success in battle, because constant battle is going on for territory, for wealth, for cows. Battle is going on. Even now battles are going on. We will never see the end of battles. As long as our resources are limited, we will never see the end of battle. So success in battle was an important need of those days. The children, wealth, success in battle, and what else you need? You need a comfortable life, health and comfortable life, here and hereafter. While you are living in this world, you need a laugika sukha, and when you leave this world, you need amutriga sukha, the higher happiness in the higher world. Otherwise, you don't know where will you go after death. You can go to terrible places. So we have to ensure that you don't go to terrible places after death. So for that you have to save up, do something now itself. If we don't do something, we don't know where are we heading after death. I mean, those who say that after death I don't exist, for them life is very simple. For us, we made our life very complicated by thinking of a post-mortem existence. And to think that after death I don't exist is very silly. How is it possible? Something which is very alive and dynamic and intelligent, it just ceases to be when the body disintegrates. That's a very shallow thought. Something should be there. So you have to ensure a place or a safe journey after death and a safe place at the end of death. So for all this we perform rituals and to invoke God's grace with various deities. Now one question which may appear in your mind is, so does Hinduism believe in a polytheism, many gods, an assembly of gods, not one god, many gods. Many gods will create a problem, they will fight each other. So is Hinduism finally subscribing to a theory they believe in many gods? No. All these gods are subservient to a supreme god which is called Brahman, Ishvara. So there is a supreme god who is the source of everything, the one who maintains everything, and finally unto whom everything goes back. That is the supreme god. You can call him Brahman from one standpoint, or you can call him Ishvara from another standpoint. And this supreme god operates through subsidiary gods, deities. So you have Brahman, who is invisible, removed from everything, is Nirguna. Then you have Ishvara, the Sakuna aspect of Brahman, and you have many subsidiary gods. That's how the cosmic government, the government of the, like our constitution, you are the Prime Minister with a visible face, who is accountable to the Parliament, and you are the President who is invisible. You don't see where he is. He drives in a chariot once in a year, that's all. Then he withdraws. Then he should not be seen. He should be seen only when some calamity comes. So you have the President, invisible, the Prime Minister, the visible face, and you have the Council of Ministers, who can be corrupt, non-corrupt, whatever. That's the the government system. So you have this cosmic government. So Vedas deals with rituals, deals with an ordinary person's ordinary needs like children, wealth, success in battle, and comfort in life. These are the subject matter of the Vedas. But so it's in the Veda you find an extroverted movement. People wanting to gain, to have. It's a having mode of consciousness. They want to have more and more children. Not in olden days, more children, 10 children. 10 children was the standard in olden days. Now 10 children is a calamity. But in some countries they promote more children. Russian population is going down. Only 150 million. So Mathur Sahib says there is 180 million in UP itself. 180 million in UP itself. UP is one of the 25 states in India, whereas Russia has got only 150. So they are promoting. So you also can go and produce more children there, There will be given prizes and awards and all that. So population was an important concern at that time. So he says, for more children. These are the ordinary needs, ordinary people. And after some time we get fed up with all this. To celebrate your birthday. At a certain stage you don't want anybody. You don't want anybody to know your birthday, because one thing, you don't want anybody to know how old you are. See, a changed attitude, changed mindset. So time comes, you start asking this question, what will I do with all this? What I need is peace and sense of inner stability. I want to be a stable, peaceful, happy person. These three things. Stability, peace, and happiness. That's what you need. Where will I get all this? Not from children. Children will destabilize you. The only person who are afraid of in this world is your own children, because they can misbehave. You cannot do anything. Anybody else misbehaving, they dare not. So children is a source of problem. Wealth is a source of problem. Name and fame, you want to come somewhere here and remain unknown. So time comes when you ask deeper questions. Who am I? Where am I? What is my status? And with that question you come to the Upanishad. So it's an inward movement. Earlier it was a outward movement. The outward movement is over for you. And the earlier you have it, the better. And now we are in the inward process, in a quest for discovery. The ultimate continent to conquer. All others are conquered. The self is to be discovered. So it's an inward search, inward pilgrimage in search of the self. That's why when that attitude comes, you become very quiet. Earlier you used to shout and scream and get agitated. Now you are quiet, very serene, peaceful. So we are in that project. I am not going to teach you mantras and mandravada and various gods and all that. What you are trying to learn here is how to move within world. So it's an inward journey. Which is the meaning of the Upanishad? Meaning of the word Upanishad. Upanishad. Upa means near, in your own self. Ni means very, very clearly, without any doubt. Shat means to abide. Upanishad means abide in yourself, live in yourself. Now we are living in the not self. Now our life is object reference. We have a reference, we understand ourselves with reference to the objects we hold, we have. Isn't it? Who are you? I am a doctor. What does that mean? I have collected all this information in my brain, and you are referring yourself from that standpoint. You are looking at yourself from that standpoint. Or I am a rich man, meaning what? A lot of money is sitting in the bank. Nobody knows how much. So that becomes a reference point. What a funny idea. So you understand yourself from that standpoint. Or the father of my son. You know, my son is an IAS officer. You understand yourself from that standpoint. These are all object reference. Vishaya Nishta. Vishaya Nishta. Based on the objects. You analyze your happiness, your security. Depends upon the object. And we are trying to be now to Atma Nishta. Understand ourselves from the inner standpoint. The self. Atma Nishta. Subject reference. Everything else is understood from the standpoint of the subject. That's a very interesting shift in standpoint. A paradigm shift, as they say. From the object to the subject. One is bhoga, the other is yoga. One is bhoga, the other is yoga. Object reference and subject reference. So Upanishad means the art of abiding in oneself, to be in yourself. I am not talking about narcissistic terms. Narcissist, you must be knowing the story Narcissus. And those days there was no mirrors. So nobody knew what is their, how they looked. There was no mirror in those days. So no way of knowing seeing your face. Unless somebody says you look good, you look bad, etc. So once Narcissus goes near the lake, crystal clear lake, no clouds, no nothing, clean water, he looked into and he saw beautiful foam there. He was so enamored by that beauty person. He sat there looking into that and he forgot everything else. His food, everything he forgot. And he perished there. He has no need. He was so much enamored, absorbed by that object. That's a self-absorption. From the standpoint, physical self-absorption, physical body. I am not talking about that kind of a narcissistic, obsessive self-absorption. But you are talking about something more than that. It's the spiritual absorption, which is samadhi, which is called samadhi. So we are in search of that self-abidance. So Upanishad means what? To abide in yourself, to be us, another way of putting it. Now all of us are trying to be something else. We are trying to be this or that. So true Upanishad means to be oneself without trying to become something else. And when you try to become something else, then conflict comes. Then the mind comes into existence. Then you keep a record of everything. Isn't it? When you tell a lie, to maintain that you have to keep a record of everything. I ask you, what is your age? 47. When were you born? You are in real confusion. You start counting backward, 47, all that. If you are honest, you can say, you don't have to remember a whole lot of data. So a liar has to keep a long data. Maybe more records have to be kept. One record for yourself, one for others, one for government, etc. If you are an honest person, you don't even have to keep a record. It's all there in your mind. So when you are a liar, then mind, this is the genesis of the mind. Mind comes into because we lie. We don't lead a honest life. So to be with oneself means you have no desire to become somebody else. You are honest to yourself. And when you are honest to yourself, then your mind is very, very clear. Mind simply disappears. And the spirit takes over. Thereafter it is the spirit's work. So Upanishad means to the art of living comfortably with oneself, art of abiding in oneself. Another meaning of Upanishad is to destroy. Visharana, loosen or destroy. What are you loosening or destroying? Your own ignorance, your own limited sense of yourself. You put a limit on yourself. Oh, I can't do that, I can't be that. We always put limits on ourselves, put iron bars around ourselves. So somebody said, if you can dream it, you can do it. It's a very interesting statement. Dream anything, you can do it. You can dream it, you can do it. Your dream is the limit of your dream is your limitation. So dream big. So Upanishad means to destroy your limitations. Give up, shed off your limitation. And own up your true, original, limitless self. Upanishad also means that which guides you, leads you. Gati, Visharana, Gati, Avasadhanarthasya. It also can mean it takes you to the source. Guiding. What the Upanishad means that which guides, directs. Deshika. A guru is called a Deshika. Deshika means one who stands in a junction and says, this way, this way. Suppose you come to a junction where the road forks into two roads, a T junction or somewhere. And Gedi, Avasadana, Gedi, Visharanarthasya. Or Gedi, Avasadana, Visharanarth. Three meanings. Gedi means to take you, Visharana means to loosen, Avasadana means to destroy. That's the three-word meaning of the Upanishad. If you say take you means a guru, what does a guru do? Go this way. Isn't it? When you drive up a junction and you don't know where to go, especially Indian roads. Other road you have some clear directions. If it is clear in your mind, here neither are we clear where to go, nor are we clear which turn to take. So somebody has to come here and say, this way. So Guru is one who directs you, go this way. And it's for you to go. Don't say, Guru, take me there and drop me there. No, he will not do that. Because there are other people also coming. If they come with you and drop you there, what about the other people? So Guru will only say, and hence Guru is called a Deshika. Dishati, dish, he shows you the path. So Upanishad can mean three things. It means abiding in oneself. It means destroying your limitations. It also means that which gives you the direction to the ultimate goal. And the fourth meaning of Upanishad is to sit down near a guru. Sitting down near a guru. Upa means near, ni means down, sat means to sit. Sit down near it. Which is very difficult because Guru doesn't entertain you much. So sit down near a cinema star is very easy. He entertains, he's a maniac, he's a self-centered person, ego-centered person. So with the Guru, it's a little difficult because one has to learn and...
Repeat this again, the Upa, Ni and...
Upa, Ni and Shat, Sha, Shasti, Sha. Upa, Ni, Shat, Upanishad. That Shat comes from the root Sad. Sad has got these three meanings. Destroy, reach and loosen. These are three meanings. Upa means near. Upasana. Haven't you heard that word? Upasana. Sit near God. Upasana. आज मैं उपासना कर रहा हूँ. Today I am practicing upasana. Sad, 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 sa, sa, ta, yes, sad, da, sad, sad. Destroy, direct, and loosen. Somebody takes down, Subramanian, you can write down this if you can tell them this. When your class discussion, there somebody will be writing it down, so you ask all that. Yeah. So this is the word meaning of it. So we should at least know Veda means knowledge, Upanishad means self-knowledge. Self-knowledge. And it is etymological meaning is that which destroys, that which loosens, that which directs. Upanishad.
Loosen.
So, loosen, L-O-O-S-E-N-S, not loosen. Fragments, unravels things, loosens. So these are the four meanings of Upanishad. To be with a guru in the ambience of a teacher, which we are doing here. We are living in the Upanishadic guru ambience and trying to discuss and understand things. Now we come to the Taittiriya Upanishad. I told you there are 10 important Upanishads, beginning with Ishavasya. Ishavasya is a very, very important Upanishad. The first sloka Ishavasya is very important. Ishavasyamidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunchitha ma grudha kasyasvidhanam. That sloka is very, very important. I would like you to by heart that sloka, commit that to memory. Ishavasyamidam sarvam. So Ishavasya is the first Upanishad, and it's short Upanishad also. Not the shortest, but one of the short Upanishads. The Brihadaranyaka is the ultimate Upanishad, the Brahad, the big forest-like Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka. And there walks the mighty Yajnavalkya, the Upanishad of the Yajnavalkya. Brihadaranyaka is the personality of Yajnavalkya. And great personalities you find, like Maitreyi, Gargi. Gargi was a very powerful woman of those days. She can walk up to any assembly and hold the assembly in thrall for hours. And once Yajnavalkya was so much enthralled by her. Either Gargi, if you proceed further, your head will split, because so much you are bringing out. So Gargi was a very phenomenal person in the Upanishad. Nowadays we are talking about women's empowerment and all that. Gargi was a very powerful person, and Yajnavalkya. Their dialogues are very, very interesting in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So Taittiriya comes somewhere in between, Taittiriya Upanishad. Now there is a story behind the Taittiriya Upanishad also, that Taittiriya is supposed to be conceived by Yajnavalkya. Yajnavalkya was the author, you can say, of Taittiriya Upanishad. And he was a student of Vaishampayana. Vaishampayana was a contemporary of Vyasa, rather a student of Vyasa. So you see the connection. Sri Vyasa, the author of Mahabharata, Brahma Sutra, Ashtadasha Puranas and all that. Vyasa had this Vaishampayana as a student, and Vaishampayana had Yajnavalkya as his student. And Yajnavalkya was a Madrasi, South Indian. He was from South India. And he was studying with Vaishampayana, and he was a very extremely brilliant student. Like Madras South Indians are, extremely brilliant student. But that went into his head, and he started looking down upon other students. Inko kuch nahi, he doesn't know anything. And sometimes he even thought about his guru also. He also does not know anything, because that will lead you ultimately to that. Then Yajnavalkya, Vaishampayana thought, this guy is getting too much. So he expelled him from the university. For arrogance, vanity, expulsion is the punishment, because you are not able to get along with the group. other students. So he was expelled from the university. And he was asked to, all his notes, teaching notes, whatever he has taken down, were asked to be surrendered to the university. Because they were brilliant notes. And this is Yajnavalkya's teaching notes. Student, whatever notes he has taken as a student. And the story is, Guru asked him to vomit everything, because on those days everything was recorded in the brain. So he says, asked him to vomit all that he learned. And then he asked other students to eat up all that vomit. And so students became Taittiriya birds, parrots, partridges, small birds, Taittiriya birds. And they ate up all this wisdom of Yajnavalkya. And Yajnavalkya was expelled. He came down, went up to north. And there he started his career again, and then he wrote Brahadarnega and Ishavasya. Here he composed this one, Taittiriya. So since these Upanishads were taken by the birds, Taittiriya birds, students in the form of Taittiriya birds, Brahadarnega was again authored by Yajnavalkya. Again, because he went from south to north, there he studied with the Surya himself, sun god. He studied with the sun god. And then conceived all these Upanishads. So that belongs to the Shukla Yajurveda, white Yajurveda. This belongs to the black Yajurveda, Krishna Yajurveda. This Upanishad belongs to Krishna Yajurveda. Kathopanishad also belongs to Krishna Yajurveda. So you find Krishna Yajurveda, you find in the Krishna Yajurveda Kathopanishad and Taittiriya Upanishad, and Shukla Yajurveda, Brahadarnega and Ishavasya. It's also called Vachasaneyi Upanishad. Brahadarnega is also called Vachasaneyi Upanishad. Vachas is Surya. He learned from that, Surya, and hence it is called Vachasaneyi Upanishad. It is said Surya always is in the car. He drives all the time. He has no time to rest. He has no time to rest, because Surya has to go to the west and then come to the east and then go to the west. It's like a modern Swami, goes to the west and comes like that. So when in this movement, while he is moving all the time, Yajnavalkya has to run with him. There is no place in the chariot. He is 7 horses. He drives a chariot with 7 horses. So Yajnavalkya had to run with him, run and learn all difficulties. Here you have all the comforts. On those days, nothing. He has to run and learn. And he did it. And he got all the wisdom. The more you suffer in learning, the more you learn. That is the Indian custom. For Indian students, when we were students, first of all, we had to shave our head. Without that, you won't be taught Upanishad. You have to shave. I don't mean that you should do it, but that's the custom on those days. Shave the head, and then we were denied salt and sugar, because that's the minimal comfort that you can ask for. Even that is denied. No salt, no sugar, no tea. Maybe one tea, sometime you may get that. So you cannot ask for it. If you get it, you are lucky. If you don't get it, thank God, that's it. So minimum needs. With that, you can study better. So I am not obliquely suggesting anything here. I am just only saying how we studied. Then it goes into your system. Instead of food, the knowledge goes into your system. Your brain assimilates knowledge, because you are hungry anyway. When you are hungry, these words directly go into the system. And in Taittiriya birds, imagery is very important. That Taittiriya birds, they are very light. They eat very little. And they learn much better. So Taittiriya birds. So the author of this Upanishad is Yajnavalkya. He conceived this Upanishad. This is called Taittiriya Upanishad because this has been given by the Taittiriya birds. This has been preserved by the Taittiriya birds. And other students got from them. So Taittiriya Upanishads. That's how it became Taittiriya. That which is born of the Taittiriya birds. Taittiriya Upanishad. Meaning, this is to be studied by people with a light stomach. Minimum food. Disciplined life. They alone will understand this Upanishad. So we have seen the meaning of the word Upanishad, where does it come, which Veda it is part of, what is the subject matter of Upanishad, what is the subject matter of the Vedas, all those things we have seen. Now we enter into the Upanishad. Now Upanishad begins with what is called a Shanti part. So what we find here is a Shanti part. Shanti means peace. Pada means invocation. A peace chant, you can say. A chanting for peace. Because we need peace inside, outside and everywhere. Shanti is necessary. Because brain functions in a atmosphere of peace. If there is no peace, your brain cannot function. Because it always thinks of the basic survival needs. Suppose somebody is coming with a gun here and I teach you Upanishad, with a gun pointed towards you, will you be able to study Upanishad? Then your basic need is to protect yourself, physical protection. So Upanishad need an atmosphere of peace, security, confidence, trust, love, care, etc. So we chant this for inner peace. And the chanting is addressed to gods. Let's chant this. Om Shanno Mitra Sham Varunaha Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Brihaspadihi Shanno Vishnurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayu Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Rutam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tatvaktaramavatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So peace invocation begins with Om. Om is the name of God. Om Tat Sadidi Nirdesha. Ishvara Abhidhanam Om. In the 17th chapter of Gita it is said, God has got 3 names, Sanskrit names. What are 3 Sanskrit names? Om, Tad, Sad. That is his maiden name, original name. Other names are pet names. Rama, Krishna, Govinda, all are pet names. Real name of God is Om, Tad, Sad. Om. Tat and Sat. Tat means that. Tad, first ta. Tad. And Sat. Om. Om I don't want to go into the detailed explanation of Om. For the time being, let us only know, because it comes later. Om means God. It's a name for God. Om, Om. That's why we always say Om, Om, Om. When we meet somebody, Om. When we leave somebody, Om. In between, as many Oms as you want. And the phone, Om. Instead of saying hi, you can say Om. It's a beautiful word, Om. And Tad. Tad means that. Because you don't want to name him. You only say that. So great, that. Or Sad. Sad means truth. The changeless, the truth. So these are the three names for God. Abhidhanam, names for God. God is Abhideyam. God is what is named. Since you have not seen the form of God, we have to depend upon the word for God. We have not seen the form. We have no other way of knowing God except through the word. So first there was the word. Then came everything else. So word is very, very important. So Om. Om is a master word of all words. Om. So by chanting Om, you are remembering God, you are invoking His grace. Om. So any difficult task, begin with the Om. Three times chant Om, then start it. That will be successful. Om. So then, Shanno Mitra Sham Varunaha. Another interesting word is Sham. Sham means peace. Peace. Shankaracharya. One who bestows peace. Shankara. Sham Karoti iti Shankara. One who bestows, gives you peace, auspiciousness, peace. Shankara. So you must know that all these words are very, very meaningful. Shankara. Nowadays people don't give that name to children. Shankara. Old name, bad name. It's not an old or bad name. It's a very meaningful name. Shankara means of peace. Shankara. So, Sham, peace. So you find that word used again and again in this particular mantra. Sham, peace. Shankaracharya. Shankara. Then, you are invoking peace. You are seeking peace. Begging for peace. Soliciting peace. From whom? From these gods who is in charge of the world. They can mar your life or make your life. Gods can do that. They are very powerful. They can make you or mar you, break you or put you together. That's possible. If you annoy them, they can break you up. If you please them, propitiate them, they can protect you. Any powerful person is like that. If you have power, that's your tendency. If you don't listen to that powerful person, he will break you. If you listen to him, he will help you and nourish you. Even your father is like that. If you please him by various ways, what he needs is only a pleasing word. Doesn't need anything else. You must please him by some way. He will give you everything. If you don't please him, he will announce in the newspapers, I disown him. That also is possible. So this is a fundamental law of life. You cannot break that law. It's a fundamental law. Authorities are to be propitiate. Powerful people, parents, gods, leaders, gurus, they are to be propitiate. You cannot avoid that propitiate. You can say, I don't care, what do I care, I am an individual, I have my own life and all that, then you will have no nourishment from them. Now how do you propitiate authorities? Authorities mean one who has got authority over you, either because of knowledge or because of biological relationship or because of power. How do you propitiate? 3 ways. I give you some secrets. 3 ways you can propitiate authorities. They will go out of their way to bless you. What are the 3 ways? One is namaskara. The moment you see them, offer a prostration. Touch their feet. Prostrate. Anybody will fall into that trap. Once you prostrate, you cannot help but bless him. You see, you touch his feet and he has to bless you. Even if you want to curse you cannot. Achha. Because he touched my feet. So one method is to touch his feet. You may say, no, I don't care. If you want, let him touch my feet. That way you are cutting off yourself from the very sources of power and knowledge. You have to do that. It's our custom. It is good. It has to be done. So one is belly. Namaskar. Sometimes, you have a bad back and then big belly. Namaskara is very difficult. Because when you fall down, getting up is very difficult. Guru himself will have to lift you. So therefore, what will I do? I cannot do that. It's physically impossible. The law of gravity says it is not possible. Because by the time halfway you are falling, you will fall down and lifting is difficult. Nobody can do that. So what will I do? If you cannot do that, then stuti. Praise him. Praise him. Praise him means acknowledge his contribution to the world. That's all what you have to do. You are not giving it gratis. Your father praise him means he has done something for you. Acknowledge it. Kritajnada, we call it kritajnada. Gratitude. Kridam janadi iti kritajna. Be grateful at least. Don't be an ungrateful wretch, but be a grateful person. That's all what your father needs. That's all what you need. He will do everything for you. But if you're ungrateful, that's very hurting. And he has the right to get hurt also. So second is tuti. Third is bali. Bali means offer him something. Buy him a suit or something you buy and give it to him. Fruits, flowers, or something you give him. Which is liked by him. Don't give him something which he doesn't like. Because you have something, let me give it to my father or guru. Or unnecessary things in your house, spring cleaning and a lot of, sometimes I get such things, lot of carpets, all dirty carpets. What will I do with this? Nobody will buy it. You'll have to pay him something, then he will take away for the. So what will do? Guruji ko de do. Give the carpet. Guruji, don't do that. Give the best which he likes. That is the way to of some use. Yes. So three methods: bali, namaskara, and stuti. It's the key, master key to synergize with anybody, to invoke anybody's grace, especially powerful people. People who are higher than you. And you always find them in this world. People who are lesser than you, higher than you. So this is how you have to propitiate them. So here it is said, Shanno Mitra Shamvarunaha. So the god mentioned here is Mitra. Mitra is sun god. Sun god, Mitra. It also means your friend, Mitra. He is your friend. It is his energy we are utilizing now. He is continuously being consumed by us, the sun. He is exhausting himself for our sake. It is sunlight which is converted into tissues by the process of photosynthesis. It is sunlight which keeps us warm. It's sunlight which provides this living atmosphere. So sun is our friend. So sun is God. So let sun, Naha means upon us, for us. Sham, bring peace. Let sun bring peace for us. Sun, bestow peace upon us. Sun, be auspicious to us, benevolent to us. Shanno Mitrash. Then Sham Varunaha. So sun is the god of the heaven. Now you have Varunaha, the god of the waters, the oceans. See how ecological is the Rishi, the ecological awareness of the Rishi. Nowadays for us, ecology is God, nature, Mother Earth is God, oceans are God, wind is God, air is God. That's ecological. In the Upanishads we find that. We worship only the 5 elements, the elemental universe, the sun and the moon, and the 5 elements. Pure ecology. So let sun be auspicious to me, kind to me, benevolent to me. And Sham Varunaha. Varuna is the god of the waters, the ocean. Let the ocean be auspicious to me, the god of ocean. The Sindhis worship Varuna. Even now, the Sindhis worship Varuna. Pakistan. Sindhi is a part of Pakistan. So they worship Varuna. Once upon a time we were Varuna worshippers. Varuna was a very powerful god. So Sham Varuna. Let Varuna be auspicious to me. Sham Naha Bhavadu Aryama. Aryama. Aryama is the wind god. Aryama, the wind god. These are 3 important things: water, wind, air and sun. Why? Can you live without this? So let them be auspicious to me. So let's worship these visible gods. We will go to the invisible God later. So Sham Naha Bhavadu Aryama. Let the wind god be auspicious to me. Sham Naha Indra. Indra is the king of gods, the supreme god, the Vedic god. In the Veda you find 700 hymns dedicated to Indra. Indra has the maximum importance in the Veda. So once upon a time we were Indra worshippers. Indra. So this time when I went Europe, there his company is called, the person with whom I was staying, his company is called Indra. So I told him, in India we have already given up Indra. You have taken up Indra's name. He said, I didn't know that. So Indra with the thunderbolt. So Shannaha Indra. Sham Brahaspadihi. Shamna Indro Brahaspadihi. Brahaspadi is the guru of gods. Guru, the teacher of gods. Let him also be auspicious to me. Because Guru may give us some wrong advice. Don't be auspicious to him. So invoke the blessing of Brahaspadi also. Indra, god of the Guru of gods. Shanno Vishnu. Let Vishnu be auspicious to us. Naha means to us. Sham means auspicious. Vishnu. Vishnu also is a god in the Vedic period, but a minor god. There's a beautiful hymn about Vishnu in the Veda. Vishnu nugam viryani prabojam yah parthivani vimame rajagum siyo askabhaya duttaragam sadastam vichakramana stredorugayo Vishnu raradamasi Vishnu prishtamasi Vishnu nyatre esto Vishnu Sivrasi Vishnu Dhruvamasi Vaishnavamasi Vishnavetva. And then a few more are there. So let Vishnu be auspicious to me. Now when I say Vishnu, a lot of images go through your mind. Vishnu literally means one who is all pervading. Vyapagatvad Vishnu. All pervading. He is everywhere. And that all pervading nature is indicated by Vishnu floating in the ocean of milk on the serpent bed. That means he can float anywhere. He is everywhere. Or Vishnu with the 2 feet measured the earth and heaven, and with the 3rd he measures your ego. That kind of a concept. So Vishnu the all pervading. So how many gods are invoked here? Mitra, Varuna. Mitra is the god of the heaven. Varuna the god of the waters. Aryama the god of the wind, the middle region. So the upper regions, the lower regions, and the middle region gods. Then Indra or the heavens, and Brahaspati is the guru of Devas, and Vishnu, the all-pervading God. So all the gods are invoked, and their peace is sought. Don't we do, when we perform a marriage or function, we write to the police station, don't create any problem for us. You know, the local thugs and mafia people, give them some money, so that there is peace all around. We can complete the function. So having invoked their peace, now, Namo Brahmane. So, Shanno Vishnu Urukramaha. Urukramaha means, Uru means big, Krama means steps, big strides. Vishnu has this big, long strides. He has a long legs. So one stride will take miles. Stride means he takes strides, long strides. So Vishnu, being all-pervading, is a god of long strides. So he is called Vishnu Uru Krama. Uru means big steps. Krama means steps or strides. Namo Brahmane. Salutations to Brahma. Brahmane. Namo Brahmane. Salutation to Brahma. This Brahma is a supreme Brahma. Namo Brahmane. Namaste Vayu. Then my salutation to Vayu. Vayu is to be specially saluted, because without him you cannot breathe. Without breath you have no life. So special salutation to Namaste Vayu. Tvam eva pratyaksham brahmasi. So Vayu is the Mukhya Vayu, the Vayu which goes in your nostrils, because of which you are able to think and study and all that. So Vayu is specially. Vayu is supposed to be a manifestation of God in your life, in your physical life. Namaste Vayu. Tvam eva pratyaksham brahmasi. Oh Vayu. Vayu is being addressed here. Tvam, you, eva, indeed, pratyaksham brahmasi. You are indeed visible manifestation of Brahman. That's why Guru Vayur. In Guru Vayur, it's very interesting. Guru Vayu. Guru Vayu means what? Mukhya Vayu. What is that? The air that moves in your nostrils. Mukhya Vayu. Guru Vayu up. The Lord of the Mukhya Vayu is Bhagavan. It's Bhagavan's manifestation in you. Guru Vayu. So, Namaste Vayu Tvam eva pratyaksham brahmasi. You are indeed a manifest Brahman, the first manifestation of God in your life. How do you know God's presence? Because of your ability to breathe in and breathe out. That itself shows God's presence is there. Tvam eva. So you are pratyaksha, manifest Brahman. As indeed. Tvam eva pratyaksham brahma vadishyami. Vadishyami means I say, I announce. Vadishyam. What do I announce? You are indeed a manifest Brahman. You are indeed God in a visible, experienceable form. You are God's visible form. Tvam eva. You indeed. Tvam means you. You indeed, I say, the manifest form of Brahman. That's why Hinduism brings gods down. You see, in the Semitic religion, God is pushed up. You stay there, nothing to do with here. But Hindu